A wonderful day to you viewers. Welcome to another edition of the Complete Sports Update. I am Abib Kuranga. This is the show where the latest and trending stories in the world of sports are brought to you. I have with me Adeboye and Musu, and together we shall be taking you through the rounds as far as sporting stories in today's episode is concerned. Welcome to the show, Boye.
Thank you. It's good to be back once again.
It's always good to be back on Complete Sports Update. So let's start with the Super Eagles of Nigeria. It was not a great outing for the Eagles where they played against Benin Republic and Rwanda, and it was not a good way to end the 2025 AFCON qualifiers, with the game against Benin Republic ending in a draw, while the game against Rwanda ending in defeat to the Eagles at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium. So, what do you think actually went wrong for the Super Eagles of Nigeria in both affairs?
Well, I think the match against the Cheetahs of the Republic, you look at that, it was a West African derby. Games between Nigeria and the Republic over the years has always been an interesting and difficult one, especially for the Super Eagles. And when you have a coach who was previously in charge of the Super Eagles, that's talking about Genetro. He was in charge of the Super Eagles for around 6 years, so he really know the team inside out. So I think it was probably you could say the draw was a fair result, because both sides created enough chances to have probably gone with the 3 points. Talking about the game against Rwanda, probably the changes affected the performance of the team, because we also saw the likes of Victor Osimhen, Wilfred Ndidi, Alessi Iwobi, and the rest starting the game from the bench. Only Osimhen was introduced among the top stars that started the first game against Benin Republic. You probably will have think those guys will have taken that chance to stake claim for a regular. That's talking about the likes of Rafael Onyedika, talk about Alazan Yusuf, Victor Boniface, but what we saw was a shambolic display from the second string side. So I think the changes affected the team. So what we have to look forward to now is the World Cup qualifier start coming up in March 2025.
So, let's talk about some of these players. You talk about Victor Boniface, Alex Iwobi, and also probably, fixing Kelechi Iheanacho there. Some of, these players actually, they've been, struggling whenever they come to the national side. But with their club side, they are always, pumped up, playing excellently well. So what do you think could be the problem with these guys, not turning up whenever it's time for them to to play in the colors of the Nigerian national team?
Well, for me, I believe playing at the club side is quite different from the national team. And if you look at the quality of defenders they face here in Africa and the quality of play in Europe, probably you could say, maybe in the Premier League, you could say the play is not that physical compared to when you come down to Africa. And the fact that the weather, you understand, coming down here to prepare for a game 3-4 days, like we saw with the Super Eagles, the game against the Republic, most of the guys arrive at Abidjan like a day or two to the game. They train for like probably 2 days before the game. I think for somewhere like Boniface, just like we said off here, when this guy came to the Super Eagles, Ademola Lookman, he initially struggled too before he adjusted to the style of play in Africa. I think it's just a matter of time before they blend with what is happening here in Africa and start showing their real stuff.
Yeah, definitely. We do hope that these players will definitely transfer their beautiful and incredible performance at their club side to the national side. So let's talk about the psychological effect the defeat against the Amavubi of Rwanda will have on these players coming into the 2026 World Cup qualifiers. Their first game actually will be at Kigali, away to Rwanda right there. And do you think this defeat, most especially the first time Rwanda will actually defeat the Super Eagles of Nigeria, will actually fuel them, fuel their desire, fuel their motivation to say that yes, we've defeated them at their home turf. Definitely, if they want to play against us right here in our home soil, definitely we should go all bang, all gun blazing, and defeat them. So do you think it's going to have somewhat of a psychological effect against the Super Eagles of Nigeria?
Well, for me, I think it's a two-way thing. For the Rwandans, like you said, you'll be psyched up that if you can be the Super Eagles, 3-time African champions, one of the best teams in Africa, with some of the best quality players we have on the continent, why not us doing it again on our turf? Then for the Super Eagles, it's all about revenge. You could say, fine, some of our regular stars didn't start the game, so now we want to avenge the defeat. So that's why I said it's a two-way thing. The Rwandans will be psyched up. For the Super Eagles, they will be going for revenge in Kigali next year.
Yeah, definitely. We do hope that the Super Eagles of Nigeria will be highly motivated with this defeat and go and use that as enough motivation to defeat the Rwandans whenever they want to play in the FIFA World Cup qualifiers. And we hope that it's going to, pave way for us to get enough and maximum results and qualify for the 2026 FIFA World Cup in USA, Canada, and Mexico. So now let's talk about Edo Queens in the CAF Women's Champions League. They were defeated by TP Mazembe 3-1, in the semi-final of the competition in Morocco. And the highlight of the Edo Queens was actually the game where they defeated the defending champions Mamelodi Sundowns in the last group stage of the last match of the group stage. Scoring two 90 minutes goals. And when they played against TP Mazembe, it was somewhat shocking, most especially as they conceded also in the 90th minute before they went on to lose the game in extra time. So what do you have to say about Edo Queens' campaign in Morocco?
Well, they've really done well for a team that is participating in the CAF Women's Championship for the first time. They won the Nigerian title this year, went to the WAFU Championship, that is CAF Women's Championship in I think it was in Abidjan. For them to, at least that was the first time they were participating in an international competition when you have the likes of Dakwa Ladies of Ghana. And for them to win that tournament and make it as far as the semi-final of the CAF Women's Champions League is a big one for the team. What they have to do is to build on that for the future, and hopefully they can at least come back home with the bronze medal.
Yeah, definitely. When seeing the ladies play, I was like, wow, these girls are so fantastic, to be honest with you. Their gameplay, the way they approach the games against the opponent, they didn't even see Mamelodi Sundowns as the defending champions. They actually took the game to them, and even the game against TP Mazembe, it was breathtaking, but eventually they lost the game. And we do hope that the Queens will come home with the bronze medal. So thank you very much, Boye, for the wonderful and insightful analysis as always on Complete Sports Updates.
You're welcome.
Yes, so viewers, this is where we'll be wrapping things up as far as proceedings in today's episode is concerned. Do take care of yourselves and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.